welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would do a little video basically going through how I budget, like the process that I do. I don't know, yeah, just like go through how I do things, how I allocate money to what purpose, that sort of thing. So I made this PDF, I don't know, this sort of budget tracker, basically just so I know where the money's going to and that I've allocated it where I want it. I normally have this off of the screen when I am doing my cash stuffing, so I can refer to it so I know what is going where. A lot of people have like paper ones and everything, but I use this iPad all the time for like my studying and stuff, so it just makes sense to use it, I guess. So yeah, so I made this. It has all of my different categories in it, although I do need to amend it ever so slightly, mainly for the rainy day debt down here. I'm sorry for the ring light, you can see that. I couldn't get a good angle to be able to not have it on there, because you can't really see a lot of it, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, so I'm going to need to change it or just add some like more categories, I guess, and then just not use them if I don't need them. But yeah, this is how I work from things. I pop the date in just so I know when it was. I'm going to keep them so I can keep a track of everything. So I have income. Wilden is the company. I didn't know what else to call it. It's the company I work for my day job. But I didn't know if to just call it day job. I don't know. It just seemed a bit weird. So yeah, so I can either put my income from them. Oh, I just made it full screen. Okay. It looks better. And then we have business, which is my small business. So depending on which one I'm cash stuffing, I do them individual of each other. I could just have one income, but it's good for me when I look back on it, so I know where the money's come from. So I would put in either one how much it is that I am cash stuffing, and then I tend to work down this list first. So if it's my main income, it tends to be around, it's going to be around £700 every month. That does give myself a little buffer left in my bank account. I want to make sure that there is still some money in there, so in case I want to buy something off of Amazon or somewhere, I can use that money. Or if it, there is some sort of emergency or whatever, there is some money in the bank account that I can use, and I will just adjust it when it comes to cash stuffing, or I could put the money back into the bank account, whichever I'd like to do. But I just want to keep a little bit in there so that I'm not using the overdraft and all of that. So yeah, so basically when I get paid, £400 goes straight to the joint account for Steve to use towards the rent or any of the bills, however he sees fit, because he does pay for everything basically. And then 480 at the moment goes into a separate bank account where all of my bills come out of. So that's things like my phone bill, Spotify, what else comes out of there? God, all of the insurance, like car insurance, car tax, pet insurance, the pet subscription, like her food, all comes out. Anything that comes out direct debit will come out of that bank account. And then I don't need to worry, the money is in that bank account, and most of it does come out on around the 1st or like at the very end of the month. I think the only thing that doesn't is the Pets at Home food subscription. Doesn't that comes out every 4 weeks, I think, but it does differ ever so slightly. And also I think it's her pet insurance as well, that comes out sort of like the 20th or somewhere around there. So but the money's in the account, so I don't need to worry. So everything I take out goes towards things that we're either saving for long term, or things like fuel, the food shop, that I can use that cash for. So yeah, so £700 is minus all of those other bits that stay in the bank. And yeah, does that make sense? I feel like that didn't make any sense, but we normally have around £700. So if that does, it might go up, it might go down, it all just really depends. But yeah, so I will put the income in there, and then I will work on fuel. Is another big thing that comes out of my monthly budget. I normally budget around £240 for fuel. It costs me around 200, 180, 200 a month just to get to and from work. That doesn't count if we go anywhere else. Steve does have his own vehicle as well, so he does use that, or we use that if we go food shopping sometimes. Just depends really. Like we used his truck today because the roads are so bad. He didn't want to have to dodge potholes in our car. So yeah, so 240 I normally budget roughly for fuel. Sometimes I'm going to try and put a little bit more in, but it depends if we need it elsewhere. Food shop, Steve does pay for the food shop every week, but I'm trying to put a little bit aside every month or whenever I can, either to give him a week off so I can pay for the food shop, or if he just needs a little bit of extra cash to go towards it, or I did mention before that I may restart my HelloFresh subscription that I have, so that will go towards that. Steve is self-employed, he runs his own business, so cash flow can be a bit of a problem sometimes. So if I have that money there, then it just means that he doesn't have to worry about it for 1 week. Once debts are paid off, I'm going to be able to help out a hell of a lot more. So yeah, that's why we're trying to get the debts down, and then I can help contribute more towards things like that. That normally gets, I think, £20. I will show you one of my my filled out ones in a moment. Millie, the cat, she normally gets, we're doing £20 a month at the moment because this is still new. We've only been doing this since November. We're going to see if £20 is enough or not enough. And see if we need to adjust that, but I think £20 should be fine. Cat litter, the one we normally buy, is around £10, £11. Probably lasts us around a month. It's not, I don't really keep track of how long it lasts for. I'm sorry, I need to move. I was sitting on my feet, it's so bad, and I was getting pins and needles. There we go. So yeah, and then we also, that money also goes towards her biscuits that we buy, and like any treats and stuff. Again, we buy like a really big bag. Well, we don't buy the biggest bag. I didn't last week because I didn't have the money in here, so we just bought a smaller one. But I haven't even started it yet, so that's going to last at least another month. So yeah, we'll see. We might need to adjust that, but at the moment she gets £20. Personal is obviously anything for me, and I have been stuffing it quite high at the moment, around £60, which seems more than like a lot of other people stuff, but then so is my fuel. I'm so jealous of all the cash stuffers that are stuffing like £30 a week for their fuel. Is still less than my £240 a month. But what can you do? So yeah, so that's getting around 60. But I do like spending money, so that's there in case I need it. Miscellaneous, I'm not really using at the moment. Don't really know why I have it. I've got it in a little envelope to go in my purse, but I haven't been stuffing it recently. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. I don't know what that's for. So it's not really getting stuffed. Maybe I would put like a tenner in it every now and then, and if it just sits there, then it sits there, and maybe I put more to it and we just keep adding to it. I don't know. We'll see. So next, let me move it. There we go. So we can see the writing a bit better. So next, we've got short-term sinking funds. Beauty. Now this is something that I use it every month. I get my nails done monthly and I get my hair done monthly. The price does vary, and I'm going to try and do it so that, well, I split it a little bit. Let me explain. So I get my nails done every month, which is the same money, same price. But I'd quite like to get my toes done like every other month. They last a bit longer. So yeah, I want to like treat myself to getting my toenails done. But when I get my hair done, I'm trying to explain this the best I can without rambling as well. So when I get my hair done, I stopped getting a trim every time I went, because I go every 6 weeks, I think, and I was getting a trim and my roots done every time. But to save a little bit of money, and it's about £14 for a cut, I think, I've decided to get the cut every other month, or every other time I go to get my roots done. I get my roots done every time, get a trim every other. So basically what I want to try and do is the month that I just get the my roots done, is that be the month or thereabouts that I get my toes done, so that it's not like really expensive one month and then like really cheap the next. Not that it really matters, because either way there'll probably be money there. But that's what I'm going to try and do anyway. And I might not always get my toes done. I don't know. I'll see. I only used to really get them done once or twice in the summer, but I'm going to try and I just want to, treat myself a little bit. So normally I put £100 a month in beauty. That does cover, even if I have an expensive month, it's still more money than what I need. But I think what I'm also going to do is have beauty for things like makeup and stuff like that. So it's more like a hair and beauty, hair and skincare, makeup, like a bit of everything. So any of the leftover money might go towards some makeup and that. And I don't really buy expensive makeup. So yeah, but if I need to put money elsewhere 1 month, then I may take out a little bit, just see, what I've got coming up, what I've got booked in, and yeah, sort of go from there. But roughly it's £100 a month going into beauty. Clothes and entertainment, I don't tend to stuff every month from my main income. If I've got some spare money, then I may put £10-20 in either or both of those, but they tend to be ones that I stuff from my small business. Like the last cash stuffing for my small business, I put 10 into clothes, although it did end up going into dining out. Check out the other video to understand what happened there. But yeah, so then they tend to be as and when I can afford it. I don't tend to buy that many new clothes, so it would just be something that I save up for gradually. Same with entertainment. Dining out, that's for things like when we go food shopping, we tend to get a takeaway or like fast food when we go out. So for me to pay for that instead of Steve paying for it. Or if we want to go out for dinner, go out for a Sunday carvery, go over to our local pub for dinner, go for an Indian, I don't know, anything like that. There's some money there to be able to do that. I think I've been doing around £20 a month for that. Car insurance. So car insurance at the moment, I've been stuffing quite a lot. I think last main income, I did £120. This was just because I did have a bit of extra cash, and so I chucked a load in. Means I only need to do around £60 a month for the next few months, and then I should have enough. I want to try and get around, I think it was between 450 and 5, I think I'd quite like to have in there. But my car insurance should only cost around 380 to 400. Based off of the last renewal, it was 380, I think. So as long as I have at least that in there, then I'll be happy. So once I hit, I don't know, maybe like 480, I might just stop stuffing it. Once that is due the beginning of May, so like the first week of May, somewhere around there. I think it's like the 6th. And then all I will need to do is pay, I'm going to put £40 a month in after I have paid that off for the year. Now, I already pay £42 for the direct debit. So again, once that is paid in May, that £42 won't be coming out of for the car insurance. I'm going to still put that's included in the 480 that goes into my other bank account for direct debits. That money is going to go towards debt and partly for the minimum payment of the new credit card, but also as an extra payment. I'm just not going to bother withdrawing it. I'm going to keep everything the same until that credit card has been paid off. Then all that extra money is then probably going to go straight into the loan. And yeah, I'm just going to like snowball it. So I'm already doing fine without having that money. I'm going to be stuffing the money here for the car insurance next year, and it's going to be less, there's going to be more money about. There's going to be £40 extra in that bank account. So that means that I'm going to be paying roughly £60 extra onto that credit card. So everything that goes into the debt down here will be extra, and we should just be able to pay it off quicker. And next is car insurance. So there we go, I figured out how to do the full screen. Car maintenance. So normally Steve was always paying if things ever went wrong for the car, and I was like, I can't afford it. But basically I don't know where any of my money was going before I was doing this. I don't know how I had £700 basically, although more was going into the bank account with the direct debits because the fuel money was going into there, and beauty was also going into a separate account along with Christmas. But there was still loads of money that I don't know where it was going. So now I can afford to put some money away for car maintenance. So this is things like the MOT, a service, tyres, window wipers, that sort of thing. I'm going to save the money, and it's already, I think I've got £1 left in there because I managed to pay for the tyres. We had 2 new tyres and I could pay for those. I also bought the brake pads, and yeah, so it's hopefully I need to have enough, I want to have enough to be able to afford the MOT and then those other bits that need doing on the car. So again, that's not a set amount, but I think it's £30 maybe a month that I'm putting away for that. Again, we'll go to one that I filled out and we'll have a look. Christmas, I was doing £30 a month last year. That was going straight into my Starling account in a savings wallet thing there. But I'm cash stuffing it now. I was doing 30. I'm going to do 40. I didn't even use the £300 that I had saved up. I didn't use that for this Christmas. But I think, why not? I can afford to do £40. Why not do a bit more? I can splurge out a little bit more. I can use some of it. It's normally going towards presents, but I might use it towards like the food shop that we do, buying sweets and chocolates and stuff like that. Instead of Steve buying it, I can pay for it. But it'd just be nice to have that money there, sitting there, ready for Christmas next year. So that will be £40 every month for Christmas. We did have some leftovers and I left it in there, so I didn't have to put any in there last month. And which is why we was able to put more in car insurance. And there's also still £10 left in there for when I get paid this month. So yeah, so we won't need to stuff it. We'll only have to put £30 in there this month, which is great. Birthdays is basically anyone apart from Steve and Leonard, who is my nephew. So at the moment, I'm doing it as a £2 challenge, a £2 coin challenge. So any £2 coins I have left over at the end of the month is going to go into birthdays. But I didn't have any £2 coins last month. So we're going to see how that goes. We might end up just putting in like a £10 every now and then, just so there's some in there. That's going to be for like my sister, my mum, my dad, step-parents, my uni friends as well, because we all buy things for each other there. There's like 8 of us, I think. So I need to make sure that I have the money there, and I want to make sure that there's money there. And if the £2 doesn't work, or I just don't have any for a little while, then I'll just probably top that up. Steve and Leonard are both going to get £10 every month. Steve's is empty at the moment because his birthday was on New Year's Day, so I used the money that we had in there for going out for food and stuff. But they're going to both get £10 every month. Leonard's birthday is in November. He already has £20 in his wallet. But yeah, by the time we get to their birthdays, they're going to both have £120 roughly in there. So that's more than enough. More than enough for Leonard anyway, because he'll only be 2 in his birthday. Steve, on the other hand, will pay for like a meal. I might maybe top it up and put some like more money in there so I can get him a nice present. We'll see as we get there. Next is savings challenges. £5 challenge. As I said in my last video, I'm probably going to stop that for the moment. Sorry, I just realised you can't see. I'm probably going to stop that for the moment, just to concentrate on doing the new 52-week challenge, which isn't on here at the moment. I need to add that. But yeah, we're probably going to change that, stop doing that, concentrate on just doing the 52-week challenge to get that new credit card, interest-free credit card, gone and don't have to worry about it. So yeah, probably stop doing that. But I was just putting in sort of 5, 10, 20, all just depended on what else there was left over. Same with debt as well. It's now not rainy day, it's now the 52-week challenge. But I tapped the screen again. But yeah, that all just depends really as well on what's left. But I think I'm trying to aim for at least £40, because obviously I do want to make sure that that is completed by the end of the 9 months that we have, which has now started. And so yeah, but because I was putting £10 in the £5 challenge, it's probably going to be more like £60 a month. Now, with me already paying the minimum payments on that credit card, I think £60 should be enough. I mean, technically it should be around £100 a month that I need to save. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm always trying to put as much as I can in the rainy day, or in the debt folder, should I say. Penny savings challenge. Any change that we have at the end of the month is going into the penny challenge, and Steve also matches that, so we have double basically every month. And I'll just put in there how much we put in to the penny savings challenge, so that obviously doesn't get a set amount every month. So let me flick through. So this was December's one, the latest main income cash stuffing. It was £680. And that's obviously where it come from. You've got the £2.40 in fuel, £10 food shop, £20 for Millie, £50 personal because I did buy something on Amazon, so I took that £10 off of what I cash stuffed, which is why it was £680. It was originally £700. £10 did, I can't remember why I took £10 less as well. It might just have been because I needed that extra £10 in the bank. I don't know. I can't remember now. I might have said in the other video, but I can't remember. But I did spend £10 on Amazon, so I took £10 out of personal, which is then what took it down to £680. And again, nothing in miscellaneous. Beauty only had 50 because it did still have some in it. And also I think I did a bit of moving about this month, or for the month of December, because I needed that money for the tyres. So I needed to add £130 to be able to cover it. And I obviously, whatever I had, I could still put the 120 in car insurance, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't need to put £100 in beauty because with the £50 I was adding, I was already going to have enough for my appointments that are in 2 weeks' time, I think they are. Again, I didn't do clothes and entertainment because I don't tend to do those on my main income. Dining out got 20, and these ones also have a balance, so I can keep a track of what is in those. Yeah, so car insurance I put 120 in there. Car maintenance, like I said, I took bits from elsewhere just so that I could fund those tyres. Christmas I didn't need to because we already had 40 in there. Birthdays didn't get anything because I had no £2 coins. And I also didn't put anything in for Steve and Leonard because I used this, I think I did the video. Yeah, I did the video on New Year's Day, I think. So I'd already used the money for Steve and I wasn't going to bother stuffing it. The same with Leonard, he already had 20 in there. So that covered the month of November, which is his birthday, and December. We put £10 in the savings challenge, £30 into debt, and then the penny savings we had £269 times 2 because that's how much Steve contributed because that's how much I put in. So yeah, he matches it. So that's just an example of what a month looks like. And then you've got the one, the date's wrong because I did actually stuff it today. I think my ring light is broken. It keeps turning off. I thought it had fixed. Hopefully it doesn't keep doing it. Maybe we'll just do it in the dark if it does it again. Okay, there we go. We're in the dark again. We'll just carry on the video in the dark, shall we? So yeah, this is how it looks when it's one from my business. So I had £110 that I was stuffing this time. I gave myself £10. None of the others really needed anything in them, so they didn't. Cloves. I'm hoping you guys can see. Let me turn the brightness up. Whoa. Can we see? I think you guys can see. Let me just... Yeah, you can just about see, I think. Let me zoom in just a little bit. There we go. So, I'll hold it up as well. It looks really dark on the screen, so I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, nothing needed to go into beauty. The £10 I'd already spent, which had come out of dining out, which is why dining out had 10 plus 10, because that 10 come from clothing, if that makes sense. We put £30 into entertainment. Again, like I said, those two normally get stuffed from this side income small business stuffing, so that's why they got some. And I do like to put a little bit into dining out. These ones I don't need to put anything in because they're already done on the other one, and I do like to put some money away for the savings and the debt. This one I needed to put £35 in to complete what I needed to clear off the Sainsbury's credit card, and then we started the 52-week challenge and put £15 into there, and that was just a note to myself that that's what we needed to finish that credit card. So yeah, so that is how I budget basically. It's not a zero, what do they call it, a zero based budget or whatever, because I do keep that little bit of money in my bank account still. That might change in the future. Maybe once I get like a buffer of a couple of hundred or something in my bank, then I might start withdrawing more. It would probably only be like 750 tops, I think. But yeah, so that's how I do my budgeting. I'm hoping that wasn't too boring. And I'm very sorry about the ring light. It looks like I'm probably going to have to get a new way of recording my videos because it looks like this one might be broken, which is a bit annoying because it's only a few months old. But there we go. So yeah, hopefully it wasn't too boring. Hopefully it gave you a bit of an insight into how I do things. I didn't mention as well, I have got these little wallets that, oh, you can't even see them, can you, because of the light. Let me see if it's going to turn on for a bit. It's probably going to go off again. But yeah, I use these type of wallets, envelopes, to go into my purse. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling. I don't know if this light's going to stay on for much longer. So I will say thank you and goodbye. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. It is very much appreciated. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.